Today we're going to talk about grace and the law and the relationship between grace and the law. The reason why we're talking about this is because the Christian world tells you that under grace that you no longer have to keep the law. Now, is this true? Are we supposed to believe the Christian world, or are we supposed to believe the Bible? Especially when Jesus says that there's going to be a lot of deception in the world. So does grace take away the law of God? Well, let's take a look at it. Romans 6:14 and 15. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace. What shall we say then? Shall we continue to sin because we're not under the law, but under grace? God forbid. I think that was the clearest answer that we can get. That he's telling us that we're not supposed to sin because we're under the grace and not under the law, but we're supposed to continue to keep the law of God. That's an interesting thing. Now, what does the word sin mean? Well, according to John 3:4, it says that sin is the transgression of the law. So if we go back and read this, it says, for sin, this is Romans 6:14 and 15. It says, for sin, which is breaking God's law, shall not have dominion over you, for you're not under the law, but under grace. What then? Shall we sin and break God's law because we're not under the law, but grace? God forbid. People, that's very easy and that's very simple. And Paul is talking to us about it very clearly, that even though we Paul said, for sin shall not have the over you because you're under the grace of God. God forbid that you should sin because you're under the grace of God. So Paul is clear, and we are not to listen to those false people who come in the name of Christ saying that we are under the grace of God and that's it, and we can continue to live a life with sin, when Paul himself said, God forbid. That's a very strong words to say, God forbid. So I want everyone to return to the Bible, open up their Bible, and understand that there are false prophets and false teachers who have come into the world saying that the grace of God does not require the giving up of sin and keeping the law, because that's what Paul said, God forbid. What happens now that you heard this message? You have to prepare. There is no more time. Jesus Christ is soon to return, and when he returns, he's coming to pick up his children, and he's going to destroy everyone else. And I'm telling you this because this is the final warning. Just like Noah preached, get into the ark. This is the preaching of get into the ark once again. Jesus Christ is soon to return. Give your heart to him every day and live according to his word.